Hey Excels, how's it going? Back again today with an update on the Shattershard Ignite Elementalist. We are now level 98, and Headhunter has been acquired. I've been grinding my ass off these last few days. The Calgar map farming strategy has been paying off. So escalation, guarded riches, double Calgar, and monstrous lineage. You basically force a bunch of ore deposits into the map that spawn a bunch of magic mobs, and those magic mobs drop a ton of maps. So we have been super blasting, and now we're going to be blasting even harder. So I will run a quick map, and then yap a little bit about some of the upgrades and the scaling.
Stay out. Stay sane.
No, Zana, I am not saying anymore. Okay, yeah, so you want to find the bismuth, and then you can rush to the boss. Okay. .5 sustain. Yes. Protect the president. I have also unlocked what might be the ultimate MTX for this build, so that feels pretty great.
I nearly have it!
I have become the Breach Lord. Move over, Zesht.
I'm going to lose focus for victory!
Not the best returns that time, but hey, you know, this is a numbers game. So, as you can see, we've now basically achieved ludicrous speed with actual Headhunter scaling. Replica Headhunter was pretty good and certainly helped with, given how many magic mobs were in the map, it's a pretty decent boost. But obviously, real Headhunter is just leagues better. So there's a bunch of different ways that you can play Shattershard. It is a base fizz spell, so you can do poison, you can do conversion, you can do chaos based, you can do crit. There's actually a pretty cool assassin on the ladder who's giving it base crit with the weapon and then scaling that up. I think that could actually be a pretty cool one to play, maybe with trigger bots even, so you're doubling up. But in my case, I am deciding to go for both Elementalist scaling vectors. So Golems, obviously, tried and true, established, very powerful. You scale it through Primordial Bond clusters. So you get, 120% increased buff effect from your Golems, and then 10% damage per. So I have 18 Golems, and so that's 180% increased damage times 3. So that's a lot. And then the new way to scale this league is Lost Unity. So Herald stackers were, kind of a thing back in the day, but they've sort of fallen out of favor. But this new Lost Unity ring gives us Herald of the Hive, which gives you 3% more damage per Herald skill affecting you. So we run all 6 Heralds, and then this gets further scaled up with Herald buff effect, which we get here on the tree, and then here on the tree, and then from Lycia. So you get 2% more buff effect for every 1% mana they reserve. This one tragically only reserves 10%, but it's 20% more buff effect. And then my elemental ones in my body armor, I get reserve 13%, so it's 26% more buff effect. Now, since we're a fizz-based spell, Herald of Ash and Herald of Purity are very, very strong. We can see Shield Shatter has like 200,000 fire damage. If I turn off Herald of Ash, that's a pretty insane amount of damage that we're adding. Then, of course, Herald of Purity scales the base. Then, for our main damage boosts, we are using Hatred with Guardian's Blessing and Balance of Terror with Elemental Weakness. So LA Weakness is not only a very strong debuff, as most of our damage is elemental, but you gain as extra, which is huge. Then Headhunter is also now going to be giving us a ton of as extra scaling, and we also get a little bit of that from Taste of Hate as well. Now, there may be a way that a rare amulet might end up being better, one where you could get, just influenced as extra mods, non-chaos as extra, that sort of thing. Because we are still technically an Ignite build. Shaper of Flames is very strong defensively, and then all of this as extra scaling turns into basically more Ignite damage because our hit just gets multiple factors larger. And this all works especially well with the Fizz-based Explode. The Barracks or Spites are very strong, don't get me wrong, but they still have sort of limited scaling. It's just elemental or generic. Whereas this Fizz-based one now benefits from all of our as extra scaling, all of our insane Herald buffs, and it's just these huge, massive explosions. And these two sort of proliferate each other. Obviously, you could get a double Foulborn Barracks, and that would be the best, but this feels great for now. I might even try it without this. There's a pretty, significant things you could do with another rare ring here. So we'll have to see. It's not like clear is an issue anymore. But yeah, we're still rocking the rare boots and gloves, mainly just to help with stats and element effect. The gloves are pretty important with the move speed for shield charge, because Shield Shatter has no cooldown. The faster you attack, the more damage you will do. So I have Wind Burst in here kind of just for the memes, and it's just some passive clear, but you could put Momentum in here if you really wanted. But the Insanity mod for more attack speed and Runegraft of the Sinistral are pretty key. I am using Runegraft of Treachery to allow me to run all 6 Heralds as well as Flesh and Stone. I might do some testing and just drop Flesh and Stone entirely. Then I could give up a fair amount of reservation, which would make my Heralds scale higher. And, things are kind of dying so fast. Am I really getting the benefit of Flesh and Stone? That'd give us 3 points to play with too. I don't know. So there's a lot of different ways we can go with this build. I'm still having a lot of fun with it. There's quite a few upgrades I can still make. So I hope everybody is having fun with this. If you're following along, playing as well, don't hesitate to drop questions below or hit me up in game. Always love to talk about the game, about the builds, and find ways to push it further. So thanks for watching, everyone, and I will see you all next time.